Hello foodies, my name is Kenneth from the Michelin Guide digital team, and today I'm here at the Pine Garden in Ang Mo Kio to find out how pineapple tarts are being made from scratch for Chinese New Year. So let's go in and take a look. Alright, the shop is all decked up in Chinese New Year decoration, and with me here is Mr. Wei Chan, Managing Director of the Pine Garden.
Hi there.
Hi Wei, thanks for having us.
Pleasure,
So
mine.
yeah, Pine Garden is known for its pineapple tarts, being very popular every year. Share with us, more about these pineapple tarts and why they're so popular.
Okay. Well, pineapple tarts has been made in-house in the Pine Gardens for about 35 years. In fact, this is our 35th year. And no short, we have our regular pineapple tarts, and now we have come out with a reduced sugar yuzu pineapple tart as well, pineapple roll. So using the same ingredient as all. So this has been our tradition for the past 35 years, started from my granny, my mom, and now my generation.
Ah, okay, Ken. So let's go in and see how pineapple tarts are being made at the Pine Garden.
Okay, now this is the actual speed that he produces. He will grate it, and then after that he will transfer into the pot before going into the stove.
And Chef Kerry told me that he just takes 30 seconds to grate a pineapple.
Yeah, so they have to do it quick because we have to produce in a big volume.
Yeah. Yeah. How big's the team that will grate?
Oh, actually the grating part is only a one-man show.
One man?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's the main person that will grate this.
Okay, so you're telling me
in
that
fact,
one man grates 100 pineapples
Yep.
a day. Okay, that takes a lot of physical strength and handwork.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So now everything's been grated nicely. It's time to cook the jam, and we'll see how the grated pineapples are being cooked. Okay. So are these being cooked at high heat, and what has to be done to cook the pineapple?
Okay, well, you have to cook it slow, and you have to do continuous stirring. This whole process is basically caramelizing the pineapple paste. That means extracting the sugar and then caramelizing it. So this is one of the very important part. And also you have to be very careful because as you can see, it splatters off every time. Yeah, and it's very hot. The process of caramelizing is very crucial as well because you are reducing and doing a reduction. You're removing the juice, caramelizing the juice, but at the same time taking off the moisture.
Okay.
Now, if it's not well cooked and so forth, this is the part whereby the paste can get moldy after a while. Yeah,
Okay.
so these are very important process. So
Right.
a lot of care and attention is put here.
Okay.
So just now, as I explained, yeah, the cutting of the eye, the scraping of the pineapple, that's a quick and fast job. But the key is right here: how you control the fire, how do you caramelize it, how you reduce it, and remove the right amount of moisture.
Okay, Ken. And how long does he have to stir this continuously?
Well, in a pot like this is a small version. Normally
Yeah.
he would do it in a bigger pot.
Right.
It would take at least a couple of hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, a couple of hours, huh? For a big pot, you're saying it's 12 kilos. So is it something like that?
40 to 50 kilos.
Oh wow.
It
40 to
depends
50
on
kilos,
the
okay.
each batch of pineapple is different.
Okay.
So we need to look at the batches of the pineapple, how
Okay.
big they are.
Ken.
What's the water content of the pineapple?
All right.
So we go down to the details.
Okay, Ken. So after this, what's the next step then?
Okay, the next step will be
After cooking.
after cooking and caramelizing it, you will leave it to cool. And after when it's cool already, and then we'll start preparing the dough
Okay.
and then putting the paste onto the dough itself.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken.
You may want to note one process here, okay? As he's cooking, you will see that there is black specks. Okay?
What are these?
These are the eyes that were not thoroughly removed from the cutting processes.
Okay.
So this is the part whereby he has to watch, and then as it reduces further, at some point he will have to pick up that black specks, which is
Okay.
the remaining part of the eye of the pineapple.
Okay, Ken.
So once again, a very
Yeah.
tedious process to this stage, and then
Okay.
later part to that production of the full pineapple tart, open face.
So it's more brown now because
It's
It's been
almost done
caramelized
already.
already,
Yeah,
yeah.
just now from that process.
Yeah.
So 1 to 2 hours, this is where it is right now.
Okay.
Caramelized, and then it's hardened, and it's and you can still see the fiber,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is what we have been doing for the past 35 years, right?
Okay.
A fading trade it is.
Yeah. Okay.
而家煮到合杯年過啊，
Yeah. So you see that it doesn't stick to the pot itself. And then this is the
水分緊咯。
Okay.
this is the part whereby the water content is evaporated. It's a full reduction and totally caramelized.
Okay.
And the flavor, this is where the flavor is.
Yeah.
Okay, of the fiber and the pineapple paste itself.
Right. Okay. And this would take place after an hour.
Yeah.
Of an hour of cooking
Yeah.
and stirring. Huh?
Continuous stirring and cooking.
Wow. Okay.
Because if you don't, that's where the paste itself gets charred.
yes.
So
because-
the whole pot has to be thrown away if you're not careful.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there needs to be constant movement.
So once
around
again,
it.
he does this for the full 1.5, almost 2 hours of full reduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Okay. 哇，一定会流很多汗啊！
对，
你看，哎呦。
很熱嘛。
Alright, so after the pineapple jam has been lovingly stirred for close to 2 hours, is this the final product that we see here?
Not yet. Okay, the
Okay.
paste will come in after the paste is cooled down. Okay, it will come in all these tubs. We'll tag them. Okay,
Okay.
which date and when is the date of production and so forth. And at the point of production, second phase, they will take all these paste and weigh it to 8 grams each,
Okay.
and then separate it into this plate here.
Why
Okay.
8 grams? Is there any
That's our
particular reason?
standard. I don't know. Good question. Maybe it's fat.
Okay.
Okay,
Very
far
convenient for
gram.
yeah, very convenient for Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
huh?
very convenient, right?
Okay.
So 8 grams is what we do, and then we make
Okay.
sure that we precisely measure each one, so we don't shortchange our customers. Okay, 8
Okay,
grams,
8
and
grams.
then
Okay.
right. So this is where they take each of the 8 grams, and then they put onto the dough itself. Now,
Okay.
on each of this dough, okay, very proprietary to the Pine Gardens is that we make sure that we press it downwards. I mean, this is the very traditional process. Out there, I think in the market, people, in terms of ease and convenience, they just roll it and then they just put on top of the dough. But for
Okay.
us, we want to make our pineapple tart more distinctive
Right.
and more unique to us.
What
we
does
actually
it do by pressing? What does
Okay, by pressing, then every mouthful, you get your pineapple tart. If you want to split it into a couple mouthful, actually at every bite you get your paste and your dough as well, right? If you do it on a roll, sometimes it rolls off. Sometimes you chew and then you have to put the whole thing in your mouth. It's very hard to, you know,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
kind of big and the height itself. So
Okay.
we like to make it very dainty.
Right.
All right, press it down and press it down to the edge as well.
Okay.
Okay, this technique has been passed down from my granny to my aunties, to my mom, and now to this batch of workers who
Okay.
are helping us with this festive season.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Can.
If you go closer, you will see that they actually press it with 2 fingers, the thumb, and then also the index fingers, okay, to keep it in shape. All right. And then once again, during the whole process, when they do the QC, things like this, the remaining eye that was not picked up by Carrie earlier, okay, they will remove that eye, okay. They will remove that eye from the
side,
paste itself,
yeah.
and then that will make a complete pineapple tart.
Okay. Can. So
Okay.
this sounds so interesting. So let me try my
Yeah,
hand.
but since you are all decked up, right? So
Yeah.
maybe let's go and try your hands at
Okay.
doing the dough.
Can. Okay, so this is where the dough is being made.
Yes.
And how thick is it rolled to?
Okay. Now
Typically.
this is once again a very tedious and traditional process that we have invented over time. Okay. So you see here is actually 2 so-called pieces of acrylic.
Ooh.
So it's measured to its height that we prefer.
Okay.
Okay, and what she's doing is she's using the roller, put on the tracing paper so that it doesn't stick to the roller, and then using that to sort of press it down to the exact height that we want.
Okay.
Okay. So the two edges of the roller is sitting on the acrylic platform that we're doing.
Okay, so that's around
Yeah.
2 mm thick.
Yes, almost.
Okay, almost
Yeah.
there. It's a very
So
inventive method.
you can try your hand at rolling this
Okay.
thing, right?
Okay. So let's see how it's being done.
来给它试吧。
Yeah, you can have a look. It's a very inventive method of ensuring the thickness, the
Yeah.
uniform thickness of each tart.
So you take the piece of paper.
Okay, so kind of using a tracing paper. Yeah, how
So
many?
you let the both ends sit on
Okay.
this acrylic.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you
You
just
kind of
roll.
roll it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually, how many times is this thing rolled out to ensure the?
It depends on your skill. So if your skill is bad, then
okay.
you have to do many times.
That's true. Okay, Ken. And 2 mm seems to be the magic number for
Yep,
you guys. Okay.
Pretty much.
Right. And how do you guys get the flakiness? Yeah, because a lot lies in the dough, right? Like how flaky and how
A lot
the
lies
texture.
in a good butter.
Ah, okay.
Okay. At Pine Gardens Cake, we are known for our buttercream cakes. That's the reason why the reason why the buttercream cake is so well sought after is because of the butter that we use.
Okay.
As you would know, from last year onwards, I think the price of butter has gone up.
Yes.
Yep. So the butter, that is the reason why we try to keep our price low and value added. We still use the good butter.
Okay.
And just now your question was how to maintain it
the
flaky.
flaky.
Key thing,
Yeah.
butter.
Ah, so
Okay.
that's the secret, huh?
And then the other thing
Okay.
is during the process, you will see that they have flour. Okay. Now this is also a very important part because if you have too much flour in the process, because the dough will stick, and then tendencies they use a lot of flour, and when too much flour into it, it will harden the pastry on the bottom. So we are always very careful when we are looking at our QC level at this point in time.
Okay.
Okay,
Ken.
at this stage of the production.
Ken. All right. So
Okay.
let's see how after the dough is being made, what should we do next then? Okay, you can 拿上来.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see how the dough is being processed after it's been rolled out.
Okay, so now they have to sprinkle a little bit of flour. Okay, the whole idea of sprinkling the flour is when you use this mold to cup that dough
Okay.
into a floury print,
Okay.
it doesn't stick to the dough, the mold itself.
Okay.
Okay, so that's quite key to the whole process.
And I
Okay.
guess you need delicate fingers to kind of peel it out. Huh?
Correct. So you need to cup it, and then notice what she does is she turns it, and then she presses it out. She cups it, and then she turns it a little bit,
Okay.
and then use the center part to press it out.
Okay. Ken.
Okay. So they do this throughout the day tediously.
Right. Okay. Let me try one and see how it's like.
Okay. Cup.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So basically, you cup it, then
Turn
you
it, twist it
turn
a little bit, and then you press it down. You can't press too hard because it will be very flat.
Oh, okay. Oops. You see, it's not as easy. Okay, like that. Move. Then you press it down. Okay.
The key part is when you flip up, you need to flip the dough up.
按下去，
按下去，
转上来。
转上来。Okay.
这是一个窍。
这样。So 按上去，
转，
转这边
好按这边，
按这边。
然后你转的时候顺便拿它，对，你要上面子，
这样。
你的手这样子，
OK，好。
转就上。
转就上 OK。
这个有点厚就可以，
不一定
因为我们
OK。
盖的时候它就会越来越厚，所以我们要按一下，
OK，按一下先。
轻轻按这边
OK，
转，
转
再转上来。
OK，可以。So she's in charge of doing this, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You see? Wow.
So the whole team here makes about 4,000 to about 5,000 pieces a day, right here in this room.
Okay. Can. 那我 try again. 这边按 and 轻 then 转上来
You gotta
okay,
scoop it up
almost.
fast.
Okay, scoop it up fast. Okay, that's the key also. Okay,
你
got
按
it.
的时
Let me
候
try.
再用力一点点，
用力
不然没有
OK，
放
then 用力一点点，then 快点，
嗯
拿上来了
拿上来，
轻轻的按， 快点，OK，
是对了，
是对的，
差不多差不多了。
有进步了。
有进步了。
对，是的。
然后如果你是
下来
它没有滑完哦，你就可以靠你这个手机看看。
如果很难拿，就要用手指来
手指
捏住了
头慢慢。
OK，好，可以。Okay, Ken.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, it takes a lot of skill, very delicate finger work to make the dough. All right, so these are the dough tarts. Then, as you can see, and this is how each of them are being kind of each of the pineapple balls is being made. Let me just try one tart to just see how it's being done. Okay. Okay. OK， 我可以捏一些吗？OK， 好，谢谢啊。So 是8 grams 啊，so 大概，太少了。OK， 那我看这个，哦，9不可以哈，是要捏。哦，OK， 8 grams as you can see，then 要卷吗？还是放这边就可以了？
放这边等一下就会开始给他们卷。
哦，OK， 可以，好，OK， 可以。Can maybe I can try to put one to put the bowl
Yep.
in the
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Jasper, 来给他 teach him how to do up the.
OK，其实它是这样，
OK， 就拿
把它揉圆，
圆它 OK，
然后就破。
说不要压，不可以压了，是这样吗？OK， 这样啊。
原来你就可以放上去
卷。了就是放上去。OK，then
然后我们用两
是怎么样
个？手指，我们在做的时候我们会看好像有种肮脏的，
嗯
那有时候我们就拿出来，
，OK，
然
好，
后过再这样子去压它，用这两只手
这两只手，
就开始的去压它，
哦
大概是这样子。
，OK，so 把它压来这个 corner 的都
就你可以压它下去，
压下去。
这样子。
哦，OK。OK， 这样对吗？
Not yet.
Not yet
Kenneth.
啊。要
Okay,
更
you
多
cannot
力
slide it.
Oh,
You're
cannot.
gonna press
Press it down.
Yeah, just
Oh.
press it down, compress it on this.
on the sides,
Sides.
Okay, but I still have to see the cream edges, right?
Yeah.
That's outside. Okay.
So we'll let him do the raw one, then we'll
Yes.
compare the difference.
Okay.
Come, you continue.
Continue doing?
Yeah?
Which one?
Yeah, that one, no, that one.
The one, huh?
You're not complete
Not yet,
yet
no, it's-
because you
it's-
see the
oh.
height.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then the
This side
sides.
you're using this finger and this side
Oh,
using this.
okay. So this side is this. This side is
Yeah.
this.
It looks like it's gonna be deformed.
Yeah, that's why, oh dear. Sorry, Wei.
It's okay, we'll bake that one and that will be yours.
Okay, I'll have that. Maybe you can show me how it's done. Let me see how do you do it. So from okay, so you
Trying to
push to the center, is it?
yeah,
Push to the center. Okay.
make it down.
It's quite delicate because you don't want to press down too hard because you'll
So
be
it become
deforming the pastry as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
very done. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ken. Thanks for showing us.
You're not done yet. You
There's
still
some more?
have this whole thing to finish.
Okay. I will eat it up on my own then. All right. Okay. So what's next then, Wei?
Okay, so once this process is done, then the next thing is going to the oven.
Okay.
To bake it,
them, huh?
and then after baking it, then to cool it down, and then after it's cooling down, then we'll pack it into the tubs. Then that
Okay.
will be the packing process.
All right. Okay, Ken. Thanks for showing me.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. Okay, and what step is this now? The final step.
Okay, this is technically the final step. Just now you saw the whole process of making the pineapple tart. This is the part whereby they put it in the oven and they bake the pineapple tarts. Now this process takes about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay.
In Chinese they say 看火. Okay, you look after the heat of the oven, you adjust because now we are using a 40-year-old oven. This oven has been heart of the Pine Gardens cake for 35 years. So it's 40 because
Wow.
we bought it at second hand when we started this bakery in 1984. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see that the dials are almost like gone. You know, you can't even see the temperature. So everything is going by feel. So
Okay.
Carrie has to adjust the heat. Okay, have to adjust the temperature, have to feel the oven. Okay, the four corners of the oven have different heat, and at some point he has to turn that tray. Okay, so 看火完了, after looking at the temperature, after watching the so-called the fire of the oven, the heat of the oven, this is the final process.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. So-
And in Pine Gardens cake, you may want to also note that we have another a little engine,
relic, huh?
yeah, a little
big
relic beta that is a
Okay.
processor that is also more than almost 30 to 40 years old as well, and it
Okay.
runs on engine oil. And this is also the other heart of the Pine Gardens cake.
Okay.
Okay.
Ken.
So these are the machines that processes the all these fabulous products.
Okay, Ken. Just wondering, can I eat this or this has to be left to cool?
Okay, this will have to be cooled for about 17 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Depending, so whether it's outdoor or in the aircon room. So if we want to speed it up, we'll put it in the aircon temperature.
Okay, to
cool
cool
it
down.
up faster.
Alright.
After which, every single one will be picked up and painstakingly put into a tub, and that will be the finished product that we sell out there.
All right, Ken. So thank you so much, Wei, for showing us how pineapple tarts are being made from
My
scratch
pleasure.
at the Pine Garden. So happy Chinese New Year to everyone. And for more food stories, please follow us on the Michelin Guide Singapore Facebook site. Thank you.
Happy New Year!